Welcome to the Why Not Here podcast. We're excited to interview entrepreneurs, innovators, and creators right here in our own River Valley. We hope you enjoy this episode. Let's get started.
Well, my name is Josh McMillan. I'm one of the founding members and one of the owners of the brand new I-40 shooting range and gun store that's coming to Pottsville, Arkansas, right off exit 88 and I-40 on Mountain Base Road, address 724. So we're super excited for that. You know, we got a lot of things going on, a lot of progress happening out there. If you follow us and you follow the videos that we're producing, our Facebook page, and we have our website, i40range.com, a lot of cool stuff coming out, but you kind of see the progress. And right now we've got a store that's up. So it's framed up. They got sheetrock that's in. We're waiting on some painters to show up. They're doing kind of the plumbing install and some electrical work. But once they're finishing all that, our training room is up and running, which we're really excited about that as well. Got a few finishing touches on that they got to knock out. And then we've got our pavilions up for shooting underneath. And then we got our open range on the end down there. So a lot of good progress, a lot of great things happening. And we're just excited because, you know, we're going to be one of those facilities out there that when you come to that facility to shoot, it's nice. Everybody we brought out there, every tour we've done, the founding members we have been recruiting have all commented on like, man, this is going to be a really nice facility. They've been kind of blown away. They weren't expecting it to be that nice, right? Compared to some other places they've been. And I just think the plethora of activities we're going to have out there, plus the stuff that when it actually does officially open, they'll be open to you as a consumer, as a shooter, whether you're amateur, professional, whatever your goal is in life when it comes to that, you know, we're going to be able to fulfill that need. And then the one thing we are really excited about is the need for our members to tell us what they want. So we're not just going to be one of those people that says, we offer this and this is the way it's going to be, right? I think the beauty of it is we're going to be a member-led shooting facility. So if you're a member, you're like, hey, man, I want to do competition shooting. Great. We're going to look at a way to offer that, to get that in. The interest is there. If our members want to do trap shooting, they want to go out and just shoot. They want self-defense classes. They want to do some combat shooting, some CQB work, whatever it is they're looking at to do for their training goals or their needs in life. And maybe they just want to go out and shoot guns and have a good time with their family. Whatever that looks like to you and whatever your goal or objective is, we want to be the place that you can do that. And so I think that's kind of exciting. So when we open those doors, we'll have a lot going on. But I think in the next year, you're going to see an entirely different facility because, like I said, we are going to be a member-driven facility when it comes to shooting. And we got a lot of things we're going to be offering on the front end that I know that we'll retain over the years. But at the same time, I'm real excited to see what do we add in the future, right? That's everything from products to firearms we carry, to instructors we bring in, you know, all that's open. So just what are we looking to do? How are we looking to manage? What are we looking to have? And there'll be some stuff I'm sure we carry when we open up, be like, hey, this is a great product, but nobody bought it. So our members seem to be more in tune with this. And so we're going to basically be working on that. So, and we are looking for that professional, high quality feel out there. And plus, man, customer service. Come on now. You know, we're one of those places when you come out there, we want to make sure that when you walk in the door and when you leave, you feel valued, you feel appreciated, and we want to make sure that we give you good information, right? We're not going to be those people that say, you know, you got to shoot this way, do this, right? We know for a fact, because we've been doing this for a long time, you know, people's body types, their physical ability, what they do can dictate what they're allowed. That dictate how you carry, how you shoot, you know, what product might be better for you. What works for me isn't going to work for someone who's 150 pounds, right? That's thin as a rail. If you're a heavy set guy, what works for you might not work for your buddy who's the 150 pound thin as a rail guy, right? It just varies across the board. So everybody's different. So we want to make sure that we can accommodate those differences and we can produce the best product we can for our customers. And we want you to leave feeling valued, like I said, appreciative, and we want you to know that you got the best customer service possible. And if we don't know the answer, I think the beauty of it is we will do our best to find it. And so that's what we're looking for as far as a facility and a shooting range. You know, and I think just going forward when that grand opening hits here in the next month or two, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be full bore ahead. We're going to have just people are coming out of the woodwork asking questions, and we're just super excited about the excitement we generated with this range coming online. Plus, it's right there in Pottsville. Right, we're right down in Russellville. We're 5 miles outside of Russellville. We're not exactly driving 30 miles over the river to go to another place, right? So
yeah, it's definitely the closest range. I mean, if I want to go to a range today, and if I don't have my own land, I got to drive at least 30 minutes, at least minimum. And when I've been out to the range, like, yeah, I was impressed too by just the the size of it, especially the long range. Is it 500 yards?
Yeah, so we're kind of stoked about that. So we'll have a 500-yard rifle range, right? And you can shoot a pistol 500 yards if you're good enough, right? But at the end of the day, 500 yards, that's pushing the envelope for a lot of people. If you go hunting or you go sight in your rifle, for most people that are shooting deer in Arkansas, you're looking at like a 200, 300-yard shot at the max. But if you're a big game hunter, you're going for elk, going for some of those 4 to 5, 600-yard shots you find in Alaska and some of those other really cool places. We'll have a facility where you come in, sight your gun in at that 500 yards and go out there and do that big game hunting as you go on your travels all around the United States. That'll be awesome for us, but also for you as a customer. And I think the other thing is we're also doing day passes. So if you come into town and you're visiting with your friends and your friend's like, hey man, let's go shoot. Well, I'm not a member. Yeah, but we have day passes. So you can bring your friends with you. You go out there, get a day pass, go shoot to your heart's content, have a good time out there. So we're not only just catering to our members, we're also catering to the public as well. So we're excited about that.
Yeah. So how many people at once do you think the range will be able to accommodate? Like actively they're shooting. Maybe they're not all shooting. Maybe some of them are waiting. But total amount of people.
So what we're looking at just with our pavilions in general, you're looking at accommodating anywhere from like 32 up to 44 people at a time, right? Depending on what we're doing, okay? So that could be if we have a class going on, that's going to look different than if you're just shooting. So if you're at one of our pavilions, we'll have these lanes set up. So each pavilion will have 8 to 10 shooting lanes at a time. So 8 to 10 people can be shooting at a time on those pavilions underneath that cover, just in general. But if you have a class, our classes accommodate up 30, 40 people per class, depending on the nature of the class and what we're doing. We're going to have some instructor ratios we're probably looking to set because, if you're at one instructor and you got 30 people on a firing line, there's no way you can adequately watch all 30 people. It gets a little hairy, right? So we want to make sure that we're safe in that regard as well. So, we could have a bunch of folks out there at one time shooting. So that's a lot just shooting on your own. Then if you have classes going on, our classes accommodate anywhere from 30 to 50 people depending on what we're doing, right? So we do have a range out there that's about 100 yards wide, about 80 yards deep. So 100 yards is long. So if you line people up end to end on that range, you're looking at lining people up on a football field and from one end zone to the other end zone, right? You're talking about a lot of people. But at the same time, we'll be using that for one of our training facilities for agencies and other instructors who want to come out there and they want a more of a open area to move and do some specific shooting drills, things like that. We'll have that set up for them too.
We hope you're enjoying this episode. We're recording right here in Russellville at the Co-Create Innovation Hub. Yeah, come check us out. We're at 215 South Arkansas. You're welcome to look at www.cc-hub.com. Watch that for events and more to come.
Very cool. Very cool. What's the thing you're most excited personally about? Well, hold on. Before you answer that, I got to ask this question first. Whose idea was it? Because there's you, there's Robbie, there's Brent.
So the idea kind of generated, so I've been doing firearms training for a while. And so when I'm doing it, I actually installed a range here in town. It's in the county, but it can only accommodate like 5 to 6 people at a time shooting. And so it's very limited on the scope of what I can do. And based on training and what's kind of happened, I realized, hey, there's this huge need for a quality range somewhere in the Russellville area, Pottsville, Dover, wherever, somewhere in this River Valley area on this side of the river. And so I was in the process of doing that. Robbie and Brent, 2 good friends of mine, kind of telling them what I was doing, telling some other people about it as well. And it was like, hey, what do you think about putting a gun store on that range? And man, those guys, comes a gun store, they got it. They're squared away. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for over almost a decade. They've got all the skills they need to make it happen. I've been doing the range, the training, been running that side of the house for over a decade as well. And so you got a lot of experience kind of in that area right there. And so it's kind of like, I would almost call it like a collaboration or a group effort. I say the whole project is all 3 of us, right? We each had our own interests, but now that we've kind of come together to collaborate, now we actually have all 3 of us. So like I've been learning a lot about the store side and product management, inventory, things like that, and how that works, which has been actually pretty cool. So it just adds more to what I understand. And they've dived really head into this range training, all that kind of stuff, get an understanding of it and all that. And and they're They're out there doing the work it takes to be proficient at that. So we've both just been, all three of us been kind of learning from each other, learning all kinds of stuff. So it's just been a really good business partnership, right? All three of us has grown in some respect, in some area we didn't know that much about. But the beauty of it is it's all underneath that Firearms banner, right? So we're learning all kinds of really cool stuff from each other. So we're just excited because you've kind of got these three people coming together, and you're going to have us running a facility with a good amount of history and experience there. So there's no telling what the future holds, right? It's going to be super fun. A lot of awesome stuff is going to happen. And as we continue, I think you're going to see some pretty amazing things out of the I-40 shooting range and gun store.
Awesome. So each of you are bringing something unique to the table to form this. So let's talk about the motto, faith, family, freedom. Is it that each of you fully embody this? Are each of you, who's responsible for this?
I think the motto of faith, family, freedom, you see it on T-shirts, you see it around, and that's just kind of giving lip service to it. But I think at the end of the day, it describes us, right? So all three of us, we have good, strong Christian values. We're highly involved in the churches we attend here locally in the local community. We serve in different capacities at those churches. We're not just showing up on Sunday. We do a lot of jobs, a lot of things for those different churches. And we have a strong faith, right? Faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. I think it resonates through everything that we do. And so for us, that's really important. So as three people, we want to make sure that we're living Christian values and that our lives resonate with that. And so how does that not transfer over in everything that you do? You can't own a business, say that you're this Christian person over here, but then separate the two. That doesn't happen. So we want to make sure that that's integrated into our lifestyle, integrates into our business lifestyle, and that we're representing what we need to in that area of our life. And then the family, we think that's super important. The family unit, right? We talk about that. So all three of us, we have children. Some of us have grandchildren. I won't call out who does, right? So that we all have really strong family units. So we're dedicated to our families. We put time in. We go to events with our children. We basically try to lead from the front, be the spiritual leader for our families and our household. But we also want to be able to support other families too. So I think that's the other side of the coin. Yeah, you want to support your own family. That's first and foremost. But we want to make sure that our range and our facility helps support families, whether you want gun training, you want to get your hunting license, you want to come out, you want to learn how to shoot a bow, you want to learn how to shoot rifles, right? You got a dad teaching his son, right, how to shoot. Man, that's a precious moment. That's a lifetime memory right there, right? And that's going to strengthen that family unit. That's what we want because, political beliefs aside, whatever they are for you, at the end of the day, that family unit is going to be super important for you. And we know for a fact the stronger the family unit out there, the better it is for those children as they grow up, and the better role models, mentors, and leaders they have. It's going to pay dividends to the future of our nation, right? And then that's the second. And then the third is freedom. You asked about freedom, right? So that's something that kind of falls into this. So I've been a law enforcement officer for over 2 decades. Robbie's done the same thing as an auxiliary officer. He's got over 2 decades of experience doing that. Brent himself has been super involved with local activities and things. But we know that the freedom we enjoy in America is something that's unique. It's not something that you see other places. We have a bunch of friends of ours that are military vets, served overseas, been deployed, seen that side of life, have come back, and they've shared countless stories with us. And we know that the freedom we have isn't free. And we hear that all the time. And the freedom of the Constitution affords us with that Second Amendment. That's something that a lot of gun stores are going to harp on. It's Second Amendment, the freedom, the right to bear arms. So we support anybody that's out there that is going to support our Constitution, support our freedom, and we want to make sure that they understand a few things. One, freedom comes with the price, right? Our men and women serving in the military overseas, our law enforcement agencies out there, our first responders on the front lines, protecting us, keeping us safe, right? We know that they're there to help us have a quality of life that you can't enjoy anywhere else. And so that freedom is precious. And so we want to do everything we can to support it, promote it, and make sure we do what we can to protect it as well. And so with that being said, faith, family, freedom is 3 simple words, but they mean a lot. And the depth of there can go so much further than what I feel like I've just scratched the surface. There's so much there we can talk about. But at the end of the day, for us, it's important as men, business owners, leaders in your local community to make sure that we adhere to the values of our faith, we support our families, and that we enjoy the freedoms that we're given, and that we actually promote and that we respect those freedoms as well.
Yes, sir. Okay, final question before we get into what the listeners can do to start interacting with the range. but why Russellville? I mean, if you're looking at it from a pure business perspective, which I know you're not, but there are other places with higher population, more chances of like business success. You got more people in a certain area. So why did you choose really Pottsville, but this Russellville area?
Well, I think the answer is simple. So I'm not from here. I've only been here since like 2002. So Robbie and Brent, though, born and raised in this area. They are River Valleyites. I don't know if that's even a word, right? They're from here. It's where they've been. So they've got deep ties to this community. And I feel like over being here for more than 2 decades, I've been married 19 to my wife. We got 3 kids, and now we've grown some roots, and we planted roots here as well. So why would we want to go to Conway or some other market to launch a product for monetary gain, right? It sounds kind of wrong, fair? Mm-hmm. But we also know something else, is that we're going to be successful in our area. Because if you look around Russellville, look around the area, we've got deep ties to this area. We know people. We have a lot of friends in this area, a lot of family in this area, and we just want to be here for them. That's what we want to do. And so why try to open somewhere else? Now, down the line, we have no aspirations for that. We just want to have our range opened in Pottsville. We want to actually sit here and service the community that we're in, and we want to help the people that are around us. That's what it's about. So we want to provide a service that you can't really get in the River Valley right now, and just extend that out. So through the training, through all the classes we offer, through all the products we're going to sell, plus all that other stuff we're going to have going on with family, with events that promote family, promote unity, we think that's going to be fantastic for this area. And I think that you're going to see, like, people always talk about ripples in ponds, right? You drop a little bead down, it ripples out. Mm-hmm. I think this shooting range is going to come in here. We're going to offer some really awesome things, and you're going to see small ripples leaving, and you're going to see them affect the larger community, right? And I think we're going to have a good group of people that join. And I think at the end of the day, we want to be here to help those that helped us all these years too, right? We want to basically reinvest, pay it forward, kind of what term a lot of folks use out there. And so this shooting range and this gun store is a way for us to pay it forward for our local community. And I hope that they really do appreciate that from the standpoint of they come out, see us, have an awesome experience, get to shoot some guns, have a good time, right? That's always fun. And then our other thing is we want them to get the skills they need necessary or whatever their goals are in life. And how do we reach those and what do we do? So we're excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for the listener that's been watching this or listening to it wherever they're at, they're excited. They're ready to get involved. So what are the next steps? You mentioned a launch date, rough launch date. Tell us all about that.
So the launch date is still rough because I don't have an actual official date yet. Because
construction, right?
Yeah, construction is super fun. You're at the mercy of other people. But at the end of the day, we've done great strides. We got our buildings are up. We got the land work almost done. They've got most of the stuff installed. We're almost painting. They're putting in doors, windows. So it's showing a lot of progress out there. And I think you'd be amazed. We'll have another video coming out for too long that kind of shows where we're at. So we're super excited for what we've done and where we're at. But kind of answer your question real quick. So if you're looking to get involved and you're looking to be part of this, it's pretty simple. Our website, I40range.com, if you go there, not only we get good information, but 2, there's a contact form. So go to that contact form, fill out your information, submit that. One of our people will reach out to you, and they'll basically touch base and say, this is how you get involved. So we have a couple things we're doing. So right now, until our official open date, we're doing what we call our Founding Fathers campaign for our founding members. So if you or a buddy are interested in joining, we got some different tiers we're offering. We can send you all that information. And right now, it's like the best deal on the planet, to be honest with you. You and 4 buddies could sign up right now together. You end up being a founding member, get your name on a plaque, get some T-shirts, some swag, right? Get some other member benefits as well. Really good opportunity there. And then at the end of the day, when you roll over to your membership the second year, it locks you into that rate lifetime of your membership, which is pretty cool. And then we got some other things. So if you got 4 people, 6 people, 12 people, we got different tiers for that. If you're a business or a corporation that's looking to support your members and offer a benefit or a perk, so you can reach out to us, tell us who you have working for you, how many folks you have, and we can set you up with a price for a corporation. And then you can get that signed up, and all the members that work for you can join and be part of the range as well. And once again, we have that going on. The other thing we have is we're going to be selling some sponsorship stuff. So we've got a couple options for that for people. So if you're interested in having your name out there, so people go out there, they shoot, they go out there to spend some time with their families, they're going to see your name, right? You'll be one of the people that's represent that's represented at our range. So we got some opportunity for that too. Just fill out that contact form, reach out to us, i40range.com, and we can basically walk you through and see what your goals are and what you're looking to accomplish, and we can help you meet those.
Excellent. Well, there we have it, i40range.com. Josh, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. It was fun. Really excited to see what happens next.
Yeah, I am too, Tal. Thank you for having us too. Appreciate you coming in. This is a great thing. You have this studio is awesome. Anybody gets a chance to come hang out here. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we're really excited.
We're gonna do more of it for sure.
Yeah, we're looking forward to being back. We hope we didn't bore you too much.
Oh no,
but we'll have a good time.
So again, we hope you stop by 215 South Arkansas or cc-hub.com so you can learn more about the Co-Create Innovation Hub right here in the River Valley. We do exist to empower entrepreneurs, innovators, and creators across all generations. We hope to see you guys sometime soon.